Dan, always great to catch up. Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good. As the dust settles from Sunday night, how are you feeling about it?
Well, I mean, look, I'm on to the Giants, so I feel a lot better right now. But I mean, it's a bad taste in your mouth. We didn't do enough to win, so that doesn't sit well. But I also know the things that happen are correctable, and we're going to learn from that, man. Now we know we got it face to face. We know what it looks like, and you learn, man. You better, right? I mean,
right.
When you fail, that's the best way to improve and move forward, man. You learn from it, you grow, and you get better.
When you look at this game, and obviously the big storyline is, 0 for 5 on fourth downs. The third down conversions haven't been there this year. With the defense playing the way that they are, and some of the struggles you've had on the offensive line, have you considered modifying the aggressiveness of which you decide to go for it on fourth down and play for a little bit more field position, or go for the points and field goals when the opportunity presents itself?
Yeah, I look at everything, and I come out of those games, and I think about everything. I look at everything. I try not to play the hindsight game, but and so I know this. No matter what we do, how we go here, just like we've done going on, I guess, year 5 now, we're going to play to the strength of our team. However that goes, and you learn, you evolve as you go. As the season goes, you figure out who you are and truly what your strengths are, and you adapt and you adjust. Every game you have to adjust, and the opponent is different every week. So you do that. But now the other night was also pretty unique too because of the weather. There was some wind, and we were in no man's land a little bit on some of those. And no matter what your team is, it's hard for me to punt on the 35-yard line, 36-yard line. But yet that wind is stiff, and I don't think that's all that fair either to bait. So, man, it's 4th and 2. We're going 4th and 3. I like our skill players. I like our quarterback. I like the play. We can hold up in pro, and it didn't work out.
You mentioned play to the strengths of your teams. If you were to sit down and make the pros and cons of what your team and how it's made up and how you've seen them perform through 10 games, what are some of those that you would classify as strengths of your team?
Well, I think we're an explosive offense. We have explosive skill players. We have a quarterback that can put it on the money and can facilitate the ball to those skill players. I think our freaking defense is playing outstanding right now. I think our front seven and our back end is sticky, man. Rushing coverage, we stop the run. We have the right balance over there. Shep's doing a hell of a job, that whole defensive staff, but we can stop the run. We can cover backs, tight ends. We can cover their receivers, and we can make it a hard, long day for them over there. And I like our coverage units, man, on special teams. Right now, we got to get more efficient in the run game on offense, and our return game in special teams, we can be so much better. So we just amp that up a little bit, get more consistent. That's going to go a long way for us.
Goff had some issues with accuracy. How would you diagnose what happened? Was he getting rattled? I know he's played with the glove before. Was that giving him any issues? What did you see?
No, he's played with the glove plenty. I mean, that thing, sometimes it's one of those games, It's just one of those games, and things are just a little bit off, and and sometimes if things aren't on with one player or another, the other player, the other players can pick up the slack a little bit, and maybe it goes unnoticed, or the play still gets made, and we're all excited because the play was made, and it was a huge play, but. When everything is just off a little bit from that to the pressures that are there, or the precision of the routes, man, the depth, the technique, all of these to my play calls, then man, it doesn't help. It doesn't help, and it becomes the perfect storm. And we were a little off and just couldn't ever really find that true balance. And that was it. And at the end of the day, we didn't play our best ball on offense. We had a chance to win that game. That's what's encouraging.
As a play caller, you go into it with a game plan, and we've talked about this before. When you've come up short in the scoring column, a lot of times it's, hey, you're throwing the ball way too much. As a play caller, when did this game start to get away from the game plan as you went into it? When did you have to start deviating from the game plan?
Well, I think, when you're down 2 scores, that's where it gets a little more difficult. Now, you don't want to stress either. Our defense is playing good. You're still in it, but yet down 2 scores, the defense they're not even worried about the run game anymore. Now early, I think what makes it hard too, we ran it 4 times in a row and we got stuck. And, so you're trying to give your run game a chance to get going and set the tone. And, we weren't able to convert. And so then, that changes your thought process a little bit too. You don't want to go away from the runs yet. Man, let's get it in the hands of our playmakers here if we can, facilitate it, and get it to Gibbs and J-Mo, and then try to target Saint. And it just didn't, we just weren't able to really connect on a consistent basis. That's all.
I'm curious, the fake punt.
Yeah, that didn't go over too well, did it?
No, it didn't. What was the thinking behind that? What did you see maybe on film? And should it have been aborted when Philly left their first defense on the field?
No, we wanted that. And, we felt like there was enough consistent looks to where we were going to be able to get that. We knew it'd be a little bit of a bloodbath, but yet we felt good about the looks going in that week. And look, 2 things. They did a good job. They were ready, and we were not as good as we can be blocking that up front either.
Dan, I was surprised at the half. You had all 3 timeouts. When A.J. Brown picks up the first down, you got all 3. What was the thought in not trying to go double up and score before the half, get the ball out of the half?
Yeah, I did. I thought about it. I did. I thought long and hard, and I just felt like, man, we're getting the ball after halftime. Let's just calm down, reset, reload at halftime, come out, and we'll do that. And it was really just that, with where we were in the game and how it was going, and I just wanted to reset and knowing we were getting the ball back. That's all. But I did. I thought about it for a while, but just didn't do it.
The O-line has struggled. You mentioned already, you got to get the run game going. But against the better defenses, Green Bay, Kansas City, Philly, what adjustments are you looking for, maybe as a play caller, or what are you looking to do? Are there any changes that you need to make against some of those top defenses moving forward?
Well, ultimately, to get the run game going, you're just trying to mix up your schemes a little bit. Is it perimeter? Is it wide zone? Is it gap? Is it trap? And you want to be able to really figure out what that is. But when you don't convert on 3rd down, there again, you go in early I try to run it on 4 downs and we don't get it, and then after that, if you don't pick up a positive gain on 1st or 2nd down where you're into the pass, it's hard, and we tried to run it on 3rd down a little bit. So ultimately, at the end of the day, without the conversions, it's hard to really keep bouncing around on the run game, and figure out what really is the right thing, the right balance. And so that's where we just, we got to convert here. And honestly, we had manageables. We had 3rd and 4th down and manageable. We weren't able to execute, And there again, man, I would love to have. There's a number of calls I want back so bad that I didn't give our guys a chance.
Dan, where do you get your confidence from? Like, as doubt creeps in our world, like you think about the questions we're asking and some of the losses that you've had this year. I can't imagine you're a guy that's down in the dumps. Where does that confidence come from?
I've been in this a long time as a player and a coach, and I just know what it looks like. And I know what happens as the season goes on. And some of this stuff, all the sparkly toys, man, all the shine that's on a lot of things that shine begins to come off on a number of teams. And the ones that just look like clunkers or not what they're supposed to be or underperforming, all of a sudden they start doing what they do. They get hot. They find themselves. and then they're unstoppable. And I just know, man, you roll through the season like we did last year, you get, 2 wins and anything over, 2 losses, anything over 2 losses this year was going to, on the outside world, was going to be, it was going to be looked at as negative. We can't worry about that. And I told our team, you can't worry about it. We got to worry about playing our best ball and just don't worry about what's outside. Just worry about the opponent in front of you and how do we improve every week as a team in all 3 units. And we will play to the strength of our team, man. And because ultimately that's what it comes down to. You learn something every game. You learn something every big game you're in about yourself, your team, what to do, what not to do. And we're going to be better for all this. I believe that, man. We need a little bit of this where we got to sharpen ourselves and go through the fire to get better.
He's Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dan.
You bet. Have a good one.
It's 97.1.